Hi guys and welcome to my channel. It's been super long since my last video, which was a wrap-up for the month of July, and I want to talk about all the books I've read since that time. So I'm going to do like a kind of reading update video where I talk about the books I've read since then, even if it's like for August and first part of September. I just want to be talking to you about the books I've read and the books I'm planning on reading soon. So one of the first books I've read since then is Geeky Kerala by Ashley Poston, which was one of my most anticipated releases for the year because it's a Cinderella retelling. I just finished writing my thesis about Cinderella retellings, by the way, and of course I mentioned this one, which is set like it's a contemporary with like nerdy characters and fandom and a kind of Comic-Con. It's absolutely amazing. I really loved it. I found many parts relatable and it was just cute and beautiful, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna start with the physical copies and then I will move on to the books I read on my Kindle. So one of the other books I've read is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli, which was also a book I really wanted to read, like one of my anticipated releases for the year. It was really beautiful. It's a story about twin sisters, and one of them is the narrator of the story. She's called Molly. She's overweight and she's really good at getting crushes on boys but never really getting around dating anyone. And she's in high school, it's summer, she has a part-time job. Her sister meets a girl and they both start dating, and this girl has a best friend who's really good looking, and Molly also has a very nerdy co-worker and she's developing a crush on someone, and it's a really cute story. I absolutely love it, also gave it 5 out of 5 stars. She's honestly one of the most relatable characters I've ever read. I'm also really good at developing random crushes on guys and girls and never getting around anything else. So she was a really relatable character and I absolutely loved the book. I would definitely recommend it. One of the book I recently finished is a non-fiction book and it's called Between the Word and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates. It was published, I believe, in 2015 and it deals with being black in America. I hope I'm talking about this the right way. And basically it's kind of Black Lives Matter and how impossible and different it is to live in the United States. I also realize sometimes how different it is to live in the US from France. Anyway, I will try to make a review of these books. I don't know if I can manage that, but in the meantime I also gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's definitely something you need to read, and if you haven't heard of it, then just go quickly at it on Goodreads. Now, I also read a bunch of books on my Kindle, some books that I had there for a while and wanted to pick up, and one of them is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. If you don't know what Passenger is about, it's basically a time travel kind of story with a quest, and it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I didn't expect it would be like this kind of story, but it was absolutely fantastic. I gave it 5 or 4 out of 5 stars, I don't remember. I really had a great reading month and a half. I would definitely recommend you check it out. If you have read it, please feel free to share your opinion in the comments. I've also read another time travel book this past few weeks, and it's The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Heilich. It's another book I had on my TBR for quite some time, and it basically, the premise of the story is that the main character, Nyx, is traveling on this boat with her father, and they are going through time to try to save her mother, but it could be something that makes it happen that she won't be born, and it's just like, I absolutely love the premise. I was maybe a little bit disappointed by the story. I mean, it wasn't exactly what I expected. I still love it very much, and I will definitely pick up the sequel because I can't wait to know what happens next. Next book I read was also a book that was recently released and that I was really anticipating, and it's Saints and Misfits by S.K. Ali. It's a story of a hijabi girl in high school. It deals with religion, with assault, friendship. It's a fantastic book. I absolutely adored it, which is something I keep saying in this video because I read really good books. It's really different from anything else I've read, and I would also definitely recommend it. Now beware, if assault is something that triggers you, then maybe stay away from this book. Otherwise, this is something that could really change your life. The next book I read is School of Death by Christopher Menino, which is basically a story of a girl who is taken to Grim Reaper School, but she is the only girl there. It had kind of a Harry Potter-ish vibe. It was really nice. I mean, I really loved the concept. Maybe the story was not exactly what I expected. I think maybe it's more of a middle school book than actually a YA book, which is something I didn't really expect. Nevertheless, this premise is absolutely fantastic. It's a really great universe, and if this is an idea that you like, then you should definitely check it out. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And finally, the last book I read is the third book in the 100 series. It's called Homecoming. I actually really like this series. I'm a huge fan of the TV show, in case you didn't know, and one of my friends told me the books were not as good as the show, and it's something I've been hearing around. However, I really liked the first book and the second book, and now I've also read the third book and absolutely loved it. If you don't know what the 100 is about, it's basically 100 delinquents living in space and being sent to the ground, but no one knows if they will survive because no one knows if the ground is survivable. And basically it's the story of how they survived there, and now the rest of the colony is coming to the ground, but there's also other people living on the ground, and it's absolutely fantastic. This one was very moving and heartbreaking as well. Anyway, I absolutely love these books. They're really quick reads and interesting, and I really love this universe. So if you like the show and want to read something more, like you miss it because this next season is not yet here, then you should definitely check out the book by Cass Morgan. They're really nice, and there's a fourth one somewhere that I also need to read. Now that's it for the books that I have read since the last time I uploaded a video. I'm also currently reading another non-fiction book which is called The Lonely City by Olivia Lang. I've only just started. I'm only like up to there. I've read like the first chapter. It's really great. It's about loneliness and being an adult, and it's really nice. I really like it. Kind of reminds me of my life in Berlin, which I totally miss. Anyway, it's a really great book. I will talk about it more in my next video, I guess, when I have finished it. As to the books I want to read soon, I'm unfortunately still reading Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I don't know why I still haven't gotten around to finishing this book. And I also received 2 new books on my Kindle recently. They were pre-orders that I had completely forgotten about, so that was a really nice surprise. And I'm talking about Warcross by Mary Lou and New World Inferno by Jennifer Wilson, which is the 3rd book in the New World trilogy, and I really can't wait to see how this series ends. So I'm hoping to pick up both of these books really soon. I also have a bunch of books that my friend lent me, and so many books that I haven't read yet, so we probably have to read some books for college as well, now that it's starting again on Monday. And yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos, which I will hopefully upload soon, more videos. And I guess I'll see you around. Bye!